Here is the professional translation of the briefing. Briefing April 3, 2026, Cathie Wood, ARK Invest, and new developments in AI positioning. Recently, several key signals have emerged regarding Cathie Wood and her managed products, such as the ARK Innovation ETF, ARKK. The core focus is on how to introduce AI assets into investment portfolios more broadly and tradably, as well as her rebalancing strategies amid market volatility. OpenAI enters the ARK product ecosystem, opening a pseudo-IPO/early valuation path for investors. Multiple reports indicate that OpenAI-related assets/exposure have been added to the ARK ETF lineup. Investopedia notes that this move is seen as an expansion of the ARK system's new way to access pre-IPO shares. By utilizing the ETF framework, ARK is transforming early-stage investments, which were previously restricted to private equity or harder-to-reach segments, into more accessible investment channels. Benzinga further emphasized that as the valuation of ChatGPT's parent company rises, reportedly reaching the $852 billion magnitude, Cathie Wood added OpenAI to select ARK ETFs to reflect her continued optimism regarding its AI ecosystem and commercialization progress. Rebalancing during market drawdowns, trimming some AI, crypto, and internet holdings. An article from Seeking Alpha shows that against the backdrop of a broad market sell-off, ARK Invest performed a subtraction on its portfolio, which included trimming some positions in AI, crypto, and internet-related stocks. This suggests that Wood's strategy is not a one-way bet on the AI narrative, rather, she adjusts based on risk appetite, valuation, and liquidity changes. While remaining bullish on long-term trends, she manages periodic volatility by reducing exposure in certain sectors. ARK's long-term vision remains centered on AI and robotics. Indexbox's review of ARKK's management vision highlights a continued focus on next-generation technology platforms like AI and robotics. This aligns with the inclusion of OpenAI in the ETFs and the structural adjustments made during volatility. ARK is not just betting on specific companies but aims to capture multi-point growth opportunities across the AI value chain through a portfolio approach. To follow or not, market focus shifts from actions to replicability and risk management. A headline from The Motley Fool asks whether investors should follow, reflecting core doubts about Wood's strategy. On one hand, the inclusion of OpenAI and its rising valuation may bring narrative and return elasticity. On the other hand, ARK's divestment from certain sectors during drawdowns reminds the market that the key lies not just in picking the right track, but in timing, valuation tolerance, and portfolio rebalancing. Conclusion. Based on multiple reports, Cathie Wood's current AI positioning follows two simultaneous paths. First, integrating key AI assets like OpenAI into the ARK ETF framework to increase the accessibility of early-stage exposure, and second, tactically reducing positions in AI, crypto, and the internet during market fluctuations to control risk. For average investors, the focus should shift from whether to follow to evaluating their own risk tolerance, confidence in long-term AI growth, and acceptance of ARK-style portfolio volatility and rebalancing mechanisms. Briefing, April 3, 2026, theme, Demis Hassabis. Persona positioning. Demis Hassabis, the founder and head of Google DeepMind, has long been viewed as a pivotal figure in pushing cutting-edge research into industrial application. Media outlets have mapped his journey from research-driven origins to the organized pursuit of building more powerful models, highlighting his influence on strategy, talent, and research direction. The core narrative of AI safety. Several reports focus on why he believes he can make AI safer. Hassabis is portrayed as a leader who, while driving capability enhancements, consistently emphasizes the need for systemic safety thinking, including more rigorous evaluations, early warnings for potential loss of control risks, and embedding safety into the R&D process rather than treating it as an afterthought. Industrial maneuvering and acquisition background. Reports mention that before Google finalized its deal for DeepMind, Mark Zuckerberg attempted to acquire the company. Statements from Hassabis explain why it ultimately didn't happen, illustrating the competition for top-tier AI assets among tech giants and how capability and governance issues have simultaneously entered capital and strategic agendas. Broader social discussion. From risk to personal choice, business media discussions have extended to the views of top AI figures on sensitive issues like whether to have children, reflecting that their concerns over potential catastrophic risks have moved beyond technical circles. Other reports note that documentaries on AI doomsday themes have heightened public sensitivity toward the social costs of new technology. Key takeaway: Hasabi's value lies not only in creating capabilities but in pushing the industry to place safety and risk on equal footing. The commercial competition surrounding DeepMind and public discussions on existential risks are collectively reinforcing a consensus. The next stage of technological advancement must be accompanied by governance and safety. Briefing April 3, 2026. NVIDIA AI Ecosystem Expansion, partnering with Marvel for NVLink Fusion. NVIDIA continues to expand its AI hardware and interconnect ecosystem. The latest move is a closer partnership with Marvel to enhance interconnect and coordination efficiency between multiple chips and systems within data centers via NVLink Fusion, strengthening end-to-end computing delivery. This move reflects NVIDIA's further commitment to an integrated compute plus interconnect plus software stack roadmap. Capital and competitive strategy: $2 billion investment in Marvel. Multiple reports indicate that NVIDIA has invested approximately $2 billion in Marvel, a significant signal in the competitive landscape. As AI adoption accelerates and demand for key AI chips and system-level solutions rises, NVIDIA is using equity stakes and partnerships to secure a favorable position among potential competitors and supply chain partners while preventing any single party from dominating critical links. AI data center financing progress: Mistral AI raises funds for NVIDIA-powered centers. The Wall Street Journal reports that Mistral AI plans to raise approximately $830 million in debt financing to build or expand data center capacity powered by NVIDIA compute. This financing reflects the sustained pull of generative AI and enterprise adoption on compute infrastructure, signaling that NVIDIA's platform-style value continues to be validated by capital and customers at the model, service, and infrastructure levels. Accelerating local agentic AI: Gemma 4 progresses from RTX to Spark. An NVIDIA blog post emphasizes acceleration in the direction of local agentic AI, continuous optimization of Gemma 4 capabilities from RTX to Spark, driving the implementation of inference and applications closer to the edge. This means NVIDIA is not only focusing on cloud-scale operations but also increasing investment in the productization of local/edge plus enhanced interactive intelligence. Key information points: Hardware interconnect: NVLink Fusion partnership strengthens multi-compute coordination in data centers. Industrial layout: the $2 billion investment in Marvel reflects a dual strategy of cooperation plus checks and balances. Demand validation: Mistral AI's financing supports its NVIDIA-based data center expansion. Product advancement: continuous optimization of Gemma 4 in the direction of local agentic AI, RTX to Spark. Briefing Facebook, Meta, AI Dynamics, April 3, 2026. Core points. Warnings from former insiders: former core builders of Facebook have warned that AI development could veer off course similarly to Facebook, with risks concentrated in incentive mechanisms, content consequences, and regulatory pressure. Meta doubles down on R&D and organization. The launch of an elite AI unit aims to strengthen high-level research and implementation capabilities. Legal and compliance pressures as variables: media reports suggest that Meta's losses in certain lawsuits could impact the pace of AI research and consumer safety compliance. Hardware-side AI enters scenario-based stages. Meta released its first generation of AI glasses for prescription needs, reflecting the extension of AI from software capability to edge experience. Key information summary. Lessons from Facebook for AI, Fortune from an insider's perspective. The article emphasizes that if governance and responsibility boundaries fail to keep pace with technological evolution as platforms scale, systemic issues could be amplified in the AI era. For Meta, this means AI is not just a technical race but a governance of outcomes issue: safety, controllability, impact assessment, and accountability. Meta builds stronger AI research force. Business Insider: Meta announced the formation of a new elite AI unit and disclosed the addition of high-level talent. This move signals Meta's intent to use a more centralized, high-standard organizational structure to improve front-end research and engineering efficiency, accelerating the transition from lab to product. External constraints from legal losses. CNBC reports suggest that Meta's recent court defeats could become additional constraints between AI research and consumer safety. In the short term, compliance reviews, risk assessments, and product strategies may face adjustments. In the medium term, if regulatory stances tighten further, the industry's AI implementation will place greater emphasis on safety and responsibility chains. AI glasses move toward prescription implementation. About.fb.com. Meta launched its first AI glasses customized for prescription needs, demonstrating pragmatic progress in wearables. By using a hardware form factor closer to real user needs, Meta is extending AI capabilities into daily scenarios and enhancing product perceptibility and retention potential. Overall judgment. Meta's current roadmap is technical acceleration plus organizational strengthening plus edge product implementation. However, the weight of external regulatory and judicial risks is rising. The future expansion of AI will depend not only on model capabilities but also on Meta's ability to upgrade safety, compliance, and responsibility governance in tandem. Briefing: Google AI Dynamics Quick Look, April 3, 2026. Continuous AI progress. March updates. Google summarized its latest AI news from March 2026 on its official blog, reflecting rapid iterations in model capabilities, product integration, and ecosystem layout. Compliance and risk warnings in retail. Target warns on using Google AI for shopping. According to Business Insider, Target has issued warnings to consumers regarding the use of Google AI for shopping-related operations. This indicates that the application of generative AI in commercial decision-making and shopping workflows is triggering a greater need for risk management and user disclosure. Subscription service upgrade. AI Pro Plan gets more storage. The Verge notes that Google's AI Pro Plan recently upgraded its storage capacity. For users, this typically means more available resources when using AI services, such as content generation and data processing, enhancing the continuity of experience and workflow stability. User privacy and controllability. How to turn off AI features in Google accounts. CNET provided a guide on how to turn off AI features in your Google account. This content emphasizes user control over the AI experience and reflects rising public concern regarding privacy settings, data usage, and AI involvement. Open source model progress. Gemma 4 released. Mashable reported that Google launched the open source model Gemma 4 and introduced ways to try it. The release of Gemma 4 further strengthens Google's influence in the open source AI ecosystem, lowering the barrier for developers and driving more research and application implementation. Summary: this round of Google AI information focuses on 4 main tracks: continuous product and capability updates, risk warnings and compliance in commercial scenarios, resource upgrades for subscription services, and user controllability/privacy settings, all while demonstrating a commitment to the developer ecosystem through the release of Gemma 4. Briefing: April 3, 2026, Meta AI Dynamics Key Points. This week, several key pieces of information emerged regarding Meta AI, covering hardware terminals, AI glasses, real-world applications, assisted mobility, data and privacy controversies, third-party models and platform collaboration, and compute infrastructure, optical networks and AI data center supply. Meta launches first prescription-ready AI glasses prototype/product line. Meta released content showing that its AI glasses have been adapted for prescription needs, meaning these smart terminals are moving from concept to a more daily usable form. The ability to accommodate prescriptions will lower the barrier for users and provide a vehicle for Meta's long-term layout in visual interaction and AI entry points. Public opinion and experience feedback. Convenience versus surveillance concerns. The Guardian reported that after wearing Meta smart glasses for a month, the author felt uncomfortable/like a voyeur. This reflects the challenges AI wearables face regarding privacy, social boundaries, and the perception of others. Even if the functionality improves efficiency, social acceptance depends on transparency, usage norms, and risk control. AI glasses demonstrate value in accessible mobility. Runner's World mentioned a blind runner who completed a half marathon using the glasses for directional guidance. Such cases highlight the potential value of Meta AI glasses in providing real-time environmental information and mobility assistance, providing a clear direction for future iterations, more reliable positioning/navigation/voice interaction. Data sharing controversy. Perplexity allegations spark broader compliance discussions. Bloomberg reported that Perplexity AI bots were accused of data sharing issues with Meta and Google. This event reminds the market to focus not just on individual product capabilities, but on cross-platform data flow rules, compliance boundaries, and user data protection promises within the AI ecosystem. Infrastructure ramp-up. Corning and Meta launch massive optical cable project. WCNC.com reported that Corning and Meta have begun construction on the world's largest optical fiber cable plant in Hickory, North Carolina, aimed at supporting AI data centers. This shows that Meta is simultaneously strengthening its compute delivery and network carrying capabilities to reduce network bottlenecks and improve data center expansion efficiency. Summary: Meta AI this week shows a linked trend of edge hardware implementation, prescription glasses, real-world validation, accessible navigation, privacy and data compliance pressure, third-party allegations, infrastructure pre-positioning, optical network construction. Future impact will focus on the social acceptance and transparency mechanisms of wearables, data governance, and the network capacity to support large-scale AI applications. Briefing Meta AR Dynamics, April 3, 2026. Recently, Meta has made frequent moves in AR/smart glasses, involving both product iterations and organizational adjustments. Prescription-friendly smart glasses launching soon. Multiple media outlets report that Meta is expected to launch prescription-optimized smart glasses this week, with the core goal of allowing the Ray-Ban ecosystem to cover users who require corrective lenses. Ray-Ban smart glasses prescription version. Beyond the launching this week news, reports indicate Meta will release a version of Ray-Ban smart glasses with integrated prescription lenses. This means the solution is upgrading from a general wear experience to directly meeting vision needs, enhancing usability and market penetration. Feature expansion, enhanced health and communication assistance. Updates to Meta glasses are described as further enhancing daily capabilities, including nutrition tracking capabilities, WhatsApp summaries for quick message grasping, display recording and other interactive/logging functions. These improvements show Meta is expanding the glasses from displaying information to assisting in decision-making and information management. Industry and organizational adjustments. Concurrent with product progress, media reported that Meta will cut 168 AR/VR-related positions in Washington. This suggests that while pushing product iterations, the company is performing structural optimizations of personnel and resources. Overall, Meta's AR/smart glasses strategy is advancing along two main lines: expanding the user base through Ray-Ban prescription adaptation and increasing daily utility through health tracking, communication summaries, and recording capabilities. Meanwhile, layoff information suggests its R&D and business layout are still in a rebalancing phase. Briefing April 3, 2026 Meta Glasses theme. Regarding application scenarios for Meta glasses, such as glassware display and management in bars/dining spaces, attention has turned to a standalone bar cabinet product, the industrial wine bar cabinet. This product features a wood and metal aesthetic and provides an integrated storage configuration for glassware plus wine bottles. Core information. Type: freestanding bar cabinet/storage unit. Material: wood and metal combination. Capacity: holds 22 wine bottles and 20 glasses. Structural features: includes wine racks and glassware storage, suitable for bar displays, home bars, and restaurant back-of-house placement. Overall, the value of this product lies in realizing bottle storage and glass management in a single unit, improving space utilization and display efficiency, and providing a practical storage reference for Meta glasses in physical spaces. Briefing April 3, 2026 Mark Zuckerberg. Recent updates regarding Meta founder Mark Zuckerberg reflect simultaneous adjustments in business, platform governance, and strategic trade-offs. While significantly impacted by market volatility, Fortune reports that a market downturn wiped out approximately $75 billion in combined wealth for Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, a reminder that even billionaires are not immune to market drawdowns. Return to content moderation. Governance platformer notes that Zuckerberg has once again become involved in content moderation work. This suggests Meta may be increasing investment or management intensity in content governance to address platform ecosystem and regulatory pressures. Metaverse massive investment officially halted. Yahoo Finance reports that the Metaverse venture, which Zuckerberg once invested roughly $80 billion into, has been officially shelved. He was quoted as saying, "Sometimes, we get it wrong." This marks a clear strategic pivot away from the previous bet on the metaverse. Interaction with key figures draws attention. The Times of India mentioned that Zuckerberg sent a forward reply when Elon Musk invited him to join an opposition effort against Sam Altman. The brief response highlights his low-profile style and cautious stance in public interactions. Inclusion in Dirty Dozen list sparks debate. ChristianPost.com reported that Zuckerberg was included in COSA's Dirty Dozen list, alongside Snapchat and others, due to his platform's influence, reflecting ongoing controversies regarding social platform impact and social responsibility. Overall, Zuckerberg's current external performance and internal strategy show three parallel lines: bearing pressure on the capital side, strengthening investment in governance, and decisively cutting losses on long-term technical routes, metaverse, while managing public narratives through brief interactions and addressing controversies. Briefing XAI Dynamics Summary, April 3, 2026. Co-founder departure sparks concern. According to reports, the last remaining co-founder of Elon Musk's XAI has left the company. This news may impact the team organization and subsequent product/strategic rhythm, leading to increased market attention on its R&D and implementation progress. AI infrastructure strategy advancement. Information suggests that DG PowerX continued to advance AI infrastructure strategic construction in 2025. Such infrastructure investment is usually directly related to model training, compute scheduling, and inference service stability, reflecting an accelerated layout of the XAI ecosystem and the direction of capability to scale. Legal and compliance risks. Virtual content infringement controversy. The mayor of Baltimore has filed a lawsuit against Elon Musk's XAI, alleging it generated non-consensual sexualized images. This suggests XAI faces higher compliance scrutiny and responsibility boundary pressures in image/content generation scenarios, which may affect its safety mechanisms and content moderation processes. Content abuse and account manipulation. Other reports show that the X platform exposed a Pakistani user who used 31 accounts to post AI videos related to US-Israel conflicts and Iranian tensions. This highlights that in high-pressure geopolitical environments, AI content can be used to manipulate narratives, requiring platforms and regulators to emphasize anti-fraud and traceability capabilities. Social and agent productization. X-Agent launching soon. Uxlink's X-Agent AI social engine announced it will launch next week with exclusive pre-registration. Positioned as an agent engine for social scenarios, it reflects an accelerating trend of agent plus social productization within the X ecosystem. Conclusion. Current focus on XAI is concentrated on three main tracks: organizational and personnel changes, the scaling of compute and infrastructure, and the compliance/safety challenges brought by content generation. Meanwhile, the upcoming launch of new social agent products suggests the ecosystem is moving from capability validation to broad application. Briefing Elon Musk's AI moves and external reactions, as of April 3, 2026. Opposition signals in the AI circle. Axios reports that some AI industry leaders are forming camps to hedge against or oppose Elon Musk's influence, indicating that his role in AI narratives and technical routes is triggering a more defined collective counter-strategy. Business moves parallel to AI competition. Bloomberg reports that SpaceX has confidentially filed IPO-related documents with exchanges, timed before pulling away from AI rivals. This means Musk's layout is not limited to AI products but also involves using capital markets to reserve space for larger-scale infrastructure and partnerships. Infrastructure expansion draws attention. Futurism reports that the scale of Musk's orbital data center plan is staggering. This direction is highly relevant to his AI value chain needs. Stronger compute and data processing are seen as the hardware support for the long-term expansion of his AI ecosystem. Binding with Grok triggers market interpretation. Reuters, citing the New York Times, states that Musk asked SpaceX IPO underwriters/investment banks to purchase Grok AI subscriptions. Outsiders interpret this as a move to bind AI subscriptions with commercial partnerships during a capital operations window to drive Grok's customer acquisition. Macro narrative extends to national and financial risk. Yahoo Finance reports that Musk believes if AI cannot help the U.S. solve its massive economic challenges, mentioned as a $39T catastrophe, the U.S. may be toast. The article also discusses how ordinary people can protect their funds, reflecting how his AI narrative is spilling over from technical competition into public policy and personal financial risk. Summary. Recent media coverage presents a main theme. Musk's AI advancement is set against a backdrop of the confrontation and synergy within the industry, overlaid with the potential capital momentum of a SpaceX IPO. Through massive data center plans and Grok subscription binding, he is strengthening his AI ecosystem's implementation capabilities while his influence spills over into macroeconomic and financial security issues. Briefing April 3, 2026, Sam Altman-related dynamics. Personal legal progress, amended lawsuit regarding allegations. According to multiple media reports, Sam Altman's sister has amended a lawsuit alleging sexual misconduct by the OpenAI CEO. This event has drawn attention to the fact that beyond public narratives of AI leadership, personal legal proceedings are ongoing and may bring subsequent reputational and legal impacts. Sora project stalled, pressure in decision costs behind Disney Communication. Reports on the suspension/adjustment of OpenAI's Sora project mention that Sam Altman felt terrible when conveying the situation to Disney's CEO Josh D'Amaro. This reflects the high friction costs between technical controllability, commercial promises, and partnerships in the advancement of cutting-edge capabilities like generative video. Risk warning: consequences could be severe if technology fails. Public discussions have surfaced cautionary views stating that if this technology goes wrong, it could go very wrong. This emphasizes a fundamental stance on AI risk, not just pursuing capability boundaries, but incorporating the possibility of safety failure into realistic trade-offs, including misuse risks and systemic consequences. Long-term industry maneuvering: a decade-long dispute shaping the future. Reports suggest that decade-level conflicts and competitive landscapes in the AI industry continue to influence its direction. These long-term confrontations usually cover technical routes, business models, regulatory stances, and competition for compute and talent. Summary: recent reports on Sam Altman reflect three threads: the continuation of personal legal proceedings, the emotional and decisional pressure caused by uncertainty in the delivery of cutting-edge AI products, e.g., Sora, and the repeated emphasis on the consequences of technical failure alongside a macro-level, long-term industrial game that is shaping the future of AI. Briefing Ilya Sutskever in key AI industry issues, as of April 3, 2026. Recent reports surrounding Ilya Sutskever, OpenAI, and their broader influence focus on five main tracks: the sword of Damocles of technical risk, ownership disputes over models and platforms, internal competition and friction, roadmap exploration driven by external capital, and the financing scale of OpenAI as an industrial signal. Technical risks emotionally amplified. Reports mention that after watching AI apocalypse documentaries, there is a general sense that the true costs and potential consequences of new technology are being re-emphasized, creating a stronger perception of risk among the public and the market. Business Insider. Ownership and control of ChatGPT/OpenAI becomes a focus. Explanatory content regarding who owns ChatGPT and OpenAI points out a lack of clear consensus on the ownership, control, and interest structures of AI models and platforms. Tech.co. In these disputes, the core figures and decisions of OpenAI are under intense scrutiny. AI industry experiencing continuous camp and roadmap conflicts. Reports on AI industry strife reflect ongoing friction among stakeholders regarding technical paths, resource allocation, and competitive strategies. The Neuron. From the perspective of OpenAI and Sutskever, these conflicts further impact R&D rhythm and market expectations. External capital drives human brain blueprint alternatives. Media reports mention a crypto billionaire attempting to use the human brain as a blueprint for AI. Forbes Australia. This suggests that besides mainstream lab routes, the market is exploring neuromorphic or cognitive-like implementation paths, intensifying roadmap diversification. OpenAI financing scale refreshes market expectations. News of OpenAI securing a record $122 billion in financing with a valuation of $852 billion reflects intense capital market bets on its future capabilities and commercial potential. Innovation-Village.com. For OpenAI, this provides not only a financial advantage but also stronger leverage in ownership battles and industrial competition. Conclusion: the core picture surrounding Ilya Sutskever and OpenAI is one where risk perception is being reinforced while ownership and competitive landscapes intensify, all while external exploration and massive financing drive an accelerated industry reshuffle. Briefing OpenAI Dynamics, April 3, 2026. Record financing, raising $122 billion for next phase AI. OpenAI announced it has raised $122 billion to accelerate AI technology into its next phase. This shows it maintains a high-intensity investment rhythm in compute, R&D, and ecosystem building. Acquiring TBPN, laying out AI narrative.